Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. Welcome to today's presentation. So we are going to be talking today. Well, this entire week we've been talking about content marketing. And today in particular, we are going to be covering, how content marketing drives sales throughout the buyer journey. So today is episode 93 of GSDdaily. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jason Drone, founder of doneforyou.com. We create sales funnels, we create offers, and we do marketing automation and traffic for some of the world's fastest growing companies. So today, content marketing is an interesting thing because so many of the clients that we run with, we of course run paid traffic to them, but there's always this part of paid traffic that, the first level of paid traffic is really awareness. And when you're getting brand exposure, when you're basically throwing your brand out there and you're throwing your offer out there and you're trying to get people to pay attention to you, it always starts with a piece of content. And that content sometimes is a Facebook post. Sometimes it is a social video. Sometimes, and you've seen all kinds of this stuff from us and from our clients. But basically what we're trying to do is get awareness. We're trying to engage with prospects so that they raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in what it is you do. And that is where the whole sales funnel starts. So they raise their hand and say, I'm interested in what you do. I read a blog post. I read an article. What we're going to talk about today is blogging and advertorials. I watched a video. I watched 15 seconds of a video, whatever. Basically, something triggers where that person is now engaged with our brand. And then what we want to do is we want to continue putting messages in front of them so that they engage deeper and deeper and deeper with our brand. That's the role that content marketing should have. And then your paid traffic kind of exacerbates that. It amplifies that content marketing piece. So today, what we're going to talk about is this: how content marketing drives sales throughout the buyer journey. Now, this post right here, this is the live stream that we're actually doing right now. So if you go to, I'm going to drop this link here. Make sure to hit subscribe when you go here. So when you mouse over, you're going to be able to subscribe. Just mouse over the logo. You're going to be able to subscribe right there. Here's the post. So this is going to be the inspiration or tutorial for today. I just am putting it in the comment box right now. So go ahead and check that out. Now, so content marketing, it's always been the backbone of successful marketing. I mean, the saying forever is content is king. Way back when I started getting into blogging, I don't know how many people know kind of where I originally started, but basically, like, I was a Pepsi truck driver. A lot of you know that. I was driving Pepsi truck, and I ended up stumbling across this PDF one day that it was half finished, and I don't even remember the author, but it was like this 14 or 15 page document on how to become a professional blogger. And I was like, well, I can type, I can write, maybe I'll try to be a professional blogger. And so this entire PDF was how to be a professional blogger by writing online. And the steps were really pretty simple. You log in, you create a Blogspot blog, which for those of you who don't remember, blogspot.com used to be, it was just a free blog. It's kind of like WordPress.com now, it might even still be around. But so this is what I did, and I ended up kind of falling in love with the blogging thing. I had 0 visitors and nobody gave a shit. I had very, very little traffic, and I blogged every day, and I wrote about whatever the hell I wanted to write about. It wasn't focused. It wasn't niched. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't anything, but it was a start. And so I wrote a couple hundred blog posts, within the course of a couple years. And in the first check that I got from Google, you would have thought it was $1 million. It was like $104. There's a picture of it somewhere online. And that was my advertising check because I put Google AdSense in the posts. Then I figured out that if I put text link ads, then I could make a lot more money just having text links on the website. So those PayPal payments were like $600-700, and all of a sudden I started making money. And then that made me, really, really dig into it. So to get more traffic, I started doing research. How do I get things ranked in Google? How do I run paid traffic? How do I make money online? And I started down those rabbit holes, and everything came back to this idea that content is king. And as we talked on Monday, I ended up having some affiliate sites that were making $10,000, $20,000 a month. Google happened, the Panda update happened, Penguin happened, and all of a sudden those sites disappeared, which is fine. It wasn't at the time, but that of course led to growth. We started running paid traffic, we started selling our own products, we started building sales funnels, working with clients, working with folks, and all of that other stuff. So it all ended up being good. But at the end of the day, the journey, started with content, it ends with content. There will always be content. If you think you can build an online business without content, then nobody's gonna buy anything. I mean, you're never gonna sell stuff, because every business, the only thing you have, the only currency you have is content, whether it's a Facebook ad, whether it's a video, whether it is, sales copy, whether it's just email copy, everything is content based. So that's where we're at. Now, so the first time that somebody is probably going to interact with you or your business is this discovery phase, this awareness phase. And this is where people end up kind of jumping down your rabbit hole. It's the time that somebody Googles something and lands on your website. It is the time that they're scrolling through something in Facebook and they see your logo, and then there's a video or there's a post or there's something that engages them. It is always that first piece of awareness, that first interaction that somebody gets. The beautiful thing with what we're able to do with content marketing now is that we can quantify that engagement, and we can advertise to that engagement. So if somebody watches more than 10 seconds of a video, we can throw up some banner ads in front of them. If they hit our website, we can follow them around with banner ads. We could never do that before. Before, they always had to buy there, or they had to sign up to an email list. They had to take a concrete action. But now we have all these kind of loose actions that somebody can take to learn more about us. They can follow us. They can like our stuff. They can, just showing up on a website means that we can retarget them. There's all of these small pieces of commitment that then lead to bigger and bigger commitments, and it's all content based. So the next step is consideration. So basically, buyers know that you have the solution for the problem, and they're asking what's next. So are you a good fit? Are you good at what you do? Are you going to be around? All of that stuff starts to kind of play into the decision, which is the next phase. And the decision really is the make or break for your marketing efforts. It's that sales piece, it's that sales copy, the webinar copy, the email that they get that tells them to go do something or to buy something, or to book a call with your service-based team or whatever. That's the decision. So once you cross that, it might be decision, it might be desire, you get them to take action. But, once you get them to cross that threshold and you sell them, then basically you're moved into the retention piece. Now, your content marketing, it kind of aids every piece of this journey, because every piece is based on content. It's just really, really, really important to understand what each piece of content means throughout your sales funnel. So your blog posts and advertorials, those are all front side stuff. That's all front side content marketing, content that you need to have in your funnel. Whereas your webinar is kind of that's desire content. I mean, that's decision content. That is the pivotal piece of content that is going to get somebody to go from this person has a solution to this person to I want to work with this person, and this is how I do it. That's how the content comes into play. So I have a couple pieces of kind of front end content that we're going to talk about. These are advertorials. You already know of this content. You've seen them in magazines. You've seen them all over the internet, whether you're looking at an advertorial or not. I have one really, really popular one that a lot of people have ripped off for many, many years for an anti-aging skin cream. And basically it's kind of the same blog post, same page. You see it all over. And they just swap out different CPA offers. So this is an anti-aging, an Instagram worthy, anti-aging content marketing post that is, very skin cream. It's called Her, this particular one. So if you look at the language here, we have And although they run out of stock, we got to show that ad here. Here we go. So they've run out of stock a few times over the past month due to huge spike in demand from women all over the world. They are currently running a special offer that lets you try the entire Her Solution Booty System for a massive 70% discount to first-time customers. So this is obviously a call to action link. So you click this link, you're going to be able to go buy this. Now, if this company went defunct, or whatever, then they could just swap in another skincare cream and just run traffic to the same advertorial. And this is the pre-framing piece. So this is the piece that pre-frames a buyer to actually purchase the thing. You see this kind of stuff all over the place once you actually learn to look for it. You see it, it's inserts in newspapers, inserts in magazines. You see this stuff all the time with digital traffic. So you click an ad, oftentimes it's going to put you on an advertorial, which is going to pre-sell the solution. And then that advertorial then gets the click through to ultimately go through and buy. Now, I used to think a long time ago that why would you put another step in between the ad and the offer? Why would you throw an advertorial in there and make somebody read when you could just go right to the sales copy? And then I started seeing that all the big media buyers were using advertorials, every single one of them. They basically had this bridge page, which was the page that they it's sandwiched between the ad, bridge page, offer. So this advertorial, when you're driving a tremendous amount of traffic, the advertorial is required. What it does is it lets you advertise some things that maybe Facebook won't necessarily want you to advertise straight away, or Google, but more than that, it lets you pre-frame the offer. So you can standardize how people are going to show up and take in the offer on the next page. So think about this. You're scrolling through your Facebook feed and you had a really, 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 long, hard, grueling day. The kids were crying and you worked and all this other stuff. You're scrolling through your newsfeed ad, then you hit an ad and it goes right to, a sales page. But you're not in the frame of mind to actually buy that thing. You're mad and, whatever. You're mad and rushed and you're just not in the frame of mind to go get your credit card and purchase something. Now, compare that to somebody who, they're on vacation and they are sitting in a hotel, and they're on Facebook and they're just, kind of enjoying life for that particular moment of that day. They're scrolling through Facebook, they hit an ad, same ad as you, then they go to a sales page and they buy because they are in the frame of mind to buy. Now, what a good bridge page, kind of advertorial page does, a good piece of content, is it puts both of those people in the different frames of mind on the same page, quite literally, pun intended. It puts them on the same page so that they're reading, and then by the time they get to the call to action, by the time they see that link, they are both thinking the same thing. It standardizes, it normalizes their thoughts so that, they know exactly what they're getting into. They're both reading the same piece of material. And they click the link and then they go buy. So that is what a good bridge page, that's what a good advertorial does, is it standardizes the sales process. And it allows for a bunch of different people with different emotions and feelings and thoughts and preconceived notions and biases and all that other stuff to hit a page, normalize, and then go to a sales offer. That's why oftentimes with the right bridge page, the conversions will go up, as opposed to just direct linking right to the sales page. It's also why the big media buyers do it. It takes a lot of testing, to make sure that the advertorial is working the way it should, but it's something that you definitely need in your toolkit. Now, we have a couple advertorials that we use. I just wanted to kind of throw them up here just for example's sake. So here's one, sales funnels, avoid the needless bottlenecks and maximize output. So real quick, basically just kind of goes through, talks about all the bottlenecks you might have when you have a sales funnel, like KPIs and metrics that matter. And then of course we have a call to action, which is watch the video. We've been throwing more videos on these things too. So here's 3 tips to make your sales funnels less complicated. These are all blog posts. I mean, that's all these are, blog posts with calls to action in them. So tip number 1, strive for simplicity. Tip number 2, avoid multi-step landing pages. And then all the way down, so we have a little banner call out box here, a little feature box. And then we have a button at the very bottom, little call to action. Here's another one. So how to use lead generation to improve your sales funnel. So we drive cold traffic to these pages all day long, and we split test them, split test the headlines, split test the little banner boxes, all that other stuff. So here we're talking about content marketing and some different things to do. And then we have one here for Facebook. So we drive a lot of traffic to this too. So Facebook ads for e-commerce. So people who are running Facebook or want to run Facebook ads for e-commerce specifically. So these are just some of our kind of internal pages that I was kind of going through some of the advertorials and the pieces of content that end up turning a lot of our folks into sales. So somebody said they still have those blog spots. That's funny. Yeah. I think Google bought them, or maybe Google owned them way back then. I'm really not sure. Well, what ended up happening was when I got into blogging. So I went from Blogspot, and then I knew that I was going to try to make money, and I wanted more customization over like the theme, because I knew I was going to want to put in banner ads here and there. So I ended up moving to WordPress, and it was like WordPress 1.2 or 1.3 years and years. And that's really where I started falling in love with WordPress and then web design, and then, mucking through like FTP servers and web servers, and, all of that stuff was very self-taught. So that's really where I started way back in the day. So for those of you who would like to go through and do kind of like a content marketing audit, where we go through, look at your content, plan out some content, look at your sales funnels, look at your traffic sources, all that other stuff, go to doneforyou.com/start, fill out the little form, and then book a call with our team, and we'll go through and put together an action plan for you. And then if there's anything we can do ever, just go to doneforyou.com, and in the lower right-hand corner, there's a little chat box. So here you can go through, you can learn a little bit more about our services and all that other stuff, but you can also just drop a question in here, and it will get routed to our team. So if there's anything we can do ever, just by all means, let us know, drop us a line, comment below this video, and then we'll get you taken care of. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think we're going to talk about video ads, and we'll go from there. All right. Thanks. Bye.